this works. This is a very spontaneous live. I actually look very ill today. Let me just get rid of this. I thought I'd hop on here quickly because I'm just feeling full of love and just wanted to chat to you guys and just say thank you for being the best bunch of humans. I feel like I've cried so much this week. I feel like I might get emotional again. But the Kickstarter is doing so well and I just didn't expect it to happen. I am my own worst enemy when it comes to doing this, and I think I've just been, it's kind of like, you know, when you feel like you are watching someone else's life that's not yours. It's kind of felt like this week, and I don't know, I just feel a bit spaced out, so I wanted to come on here and chat to you guys. Let me know if you can hear me okay again. Let's do the whole drill, the whole like, is anyone actually listening? But yeah, I've had a really busy day. Hi Livy, how are you? Hope you're okay, bless you. Sending you a massive hug. Was it last night or the night before that I responded to your message? But I hope you're alright, my lovely. I've had a really busy past couple of days and I've just been talking to Mark, one of my lovely best friends who's also a patron. He'll probably watch this later. But I've just been talking to him about how like sometimes things are really quiet, and when I first started doing this it was, oh, I'm glad you're doing better. Sending you a massive hug, honestly. I wish we were closer. I wish the big pond wasn't between us so that we could actually, you know, have a little chat and a drink, chat over a coffee, but life's cruel, isn't it? What was I saying? Yeah, in this job that I do, sometimes things are really, really quiet, and when I first started doing this, it kind of like really used to get me emotionally, and I used to panic and I'd be like, oh my god, it's all going down the toilet. But then over time I just realised that it's just peaks and troughs. Sometimes things are really quiet and sometimes things are really busy, and this week has been one of those weeks. Hi Jamie, let me just read your comment. Live all the way across the world in Seattle. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. Have you joined a live chat before? Let me know if you have. I'm trying at the minute to do them at different times of the day, but this one is totally spontaneous. At 6 o'clock, what time is it here? I'm not actually sure because I'm using my phone right now, but it's, I'm guessing maybe 4:30. Hang on, I'll just unplug it. I'm sat on my bed at the moment because I'm having to charge my phone at the same time, but let's go for a walk through my house. Can you see the dogs? Don't know if you can see them, but yeah, let's go get the iPad so I actually know what time it is when I'm talking to you. It's been, oh, thank you. 5:15, yes, you're right. It's 5:15. I've got the iPad now so that I can actually keep track of the time, but I'm trying to do videos at different times of the day so that wherever you are in the world, you can get involved with them. And this one is totally spontaneous. I don't even know what to say really, but I go and pick James up from work at 6 o'clock and then we'll go and get something in for tea. I think we're going to do a stir fry tonight. Good old Japanese stir fry. We never went amiss, did it? I'm so hungry. It's been one of them days where I just haven't really stopped. And I had cereal for lunch. I've just done, well not just done, about an hour ago I finished my workout because I've not done one since last week. And downed a smoothie, had a cup of tea, and then I was like, I'm going to go talk to my patrons. I've also launched my animal activism sticker packs today, so thank you to Lisa, because she's already snapped 2 up, bless her. She's crazy, she's so enthusiastic, she's on it. And they seem to be going down well, and I'm glad people like them. It kind of feels, it's kind of, I wanted to talk to you guys about something today. It's kind of the point of doing this live video. But I'm kind of feeling a bit fed up, to be honest, because I know I said I wouldn't talk vegan with you guys too much, but this isn't really a vegan matter. It's a universal, it's a global issue, and it doesn't just apply to vegan people. But I had a comment on a video, I think I woke up yesterday morning and I had it, and it didn't bother me. Like, I think I'm getting to a point now with shitty comments, sorry for swearing, but you know, you just get to that point sometimes, don't you, where you're like, no fucks are given anymore. But yeah, someone commented that I wish vegans would stop using the term cruelty-free. Hello Joanne, how are you? Let me know you're in the US, as we've just been talking about time zones here. And yeah, this is totally spontaneous. Welcome to the live chat. Hope you're doing well. And thank you for taking part in the Kickstarter as well. I'm so excited, you guys. But yeah, I had a comment from someone saying, I wish vegans wouldn't, you're in the UK. Why have I just thought, why do I think you're in the US? I've got it so wrapped around my neck at the moment, sending parcels out this morning for you guys. I was like, I didn't know that you were in the Netherlands. For some reason, I just think that most of you are in the US. I forget, I'm so sorry, but hello in the UK. Let me know whereabouts you are in the UK. Maybe we're closer than we think. Maybe we're not. Who knows? But this comment was like, vegans shouldn't use the term cruelty-free, because no matter what, everything that we have in this world isn't cruelty-free. They were talking about sexual harassment in the workplace, exploitation, working conditions, and I was like, you've got a fair point, but that's not a vegan issue. The way they worded it as well was just very, it was like it was attacking me as a person, the way they worded it, and I'm not even going to respond. So I don't know if to that person that just looks like I'm burying my head in the sand, or whether I'm just avoiding what they're trying to get at. But I'm not being the receiving end. I'm just not. Do you ever feel like in this world you're trying your best? And that's what I like to remember about people. So whether you're a vegan or not, no matter what matters most is that you're trying your best. Am I right? You're trying your best with the situation that you have. Everyone's different. And I was just like, don't come down on me for like, I can't even remember what it was about, because I looked at the thumbnail in the video. This is how little I care about what they're trying to get at. I didn't even go back to that video and try and work out what they were referring to. All I know was it was the video where I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I went out and I got myself a vegan cake. And I don't really remember, in fact I did lino printing and used cruelty-free ink. What do you want me to do though? You know, and you're just like, I'm literally trying my best. And sometimes, this isn't a dig either at anyone that isn't a vegan, honestly it's not, but sometimes I feel like I try a lot more than your average person. I went in my bathroom today and there's like virtually no plastic in there. I've switched to bars and all that kind of stuff. And I've put myself on a ban of buying new clothes. I'm trying to buy from charity shops and just recycle everything. And you know, like when you just feel like you're trying your best and people still, they use the word vegan to just be dicks about it. And I'm not having it. I'm not having it anymore. I just wanted to know you guys' opinions, because obviously this person had a point in saying, like, I'm going to get hiccups now because I've just finished my tea. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. And this person had a point, like working conditions are appalling, but then again that is why I took on the little blog assignment that I did with Lucy and Yak. If you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, you may remember a couple of weeks back I received some ethical clothing, and I really believe in that kind of stuff. And I want to just shed a bit of light that there are brands out there that we can support, and just open our eyes a bit more, because the working conditions are bad in a lot of places. But I also noticed, this is such a snidey comment from me, I don't make these often, but I noticed this person is subscribed to a lot of music channels and they like film, and I was like, well, Hollywood is one of the most barbaric industries in the world if you're going to talk about sexual harassment and rape. So where do you stand with that? Are you still going to watch films and listen to music? You can't win. You can't win in this world with a lot of things, and I just feel like no matter what you say, people find offence in it somehow. I don't know if it was a patron actually or just a subscriber. Someone messaged me. Can you hear that vehicle reversing? Can you hear that? Someone messaged me on Instagram the other day, like, why did you feel the need to explain why you used a plastic straw? And I was just like, because I do. I know that I don't actually have to, but you know, sometimes I use a plastic straw because I've got a plastic straw. Hello, Hello, how are you? Let me know how you're doing. What time is it where you are? We've just been talking time zones and all sorts of crap, really. Yeah, I don't know. How do you pronounce, is it Malvern or Malvern? I've heard someone pronounce it Malvern before. I also studied at De Montfort Uni to fashion. I went to De Montfort Uni. I did art and design, a foundation course. Oh, there we go. Let me just read your comment. Yeah, I did the art and design foundation course there, and I didn't like it. Let me know what you thought of De Montfort University. If we're talking, there is only one De Montfort University, isn't there? For those of you who aren't in the UK, De Montfort is the university, well, one of them in Leicester. There's two. There's the University of Leicester, and then there is the De Montfort University in Leicester. And the De Montfort one, I believe, is more arts-based. I think they do a lot of other different things. Maybe it's like a creative, the more creative of the two. But I think the University of Leicester, they do more sort of academic subjects. Am I right in thinking that? Perhaps, I think there might be, there's two in Nottingham as well. There's like the Nottingham Trent, because I'm from Nottingham originally, but there's Nottingham Trent and also University of Nottingham. It's a very confusing world that we live in. I love that you, let me see, I love that you talk about your beliefs in your videos. Thank you. I'm glad that it is appreciated in some way, and it's kind of hard because it's stuff that I really care about, and it's stuff that it's something I've gradually opened my eyes to. I was never this conscious, and I'm not perfect, far from it. And I think people sometimes look at the word vegan and they think that vegan means perfect and preachy, and it really doesn't. As I mentioned in my last live video, there's many different levels of vegan, as me and Lisa were discussing. Lisa is another vegan. If you are vegan, let me know. Can we say vegan anymore? But there are so many different levels, and what I believe in and what I'm passionate about might not be the same as the next vegan. But overall, I think, as I mentioned, I think what matters most is we try and be better people. Just people. Just be better. Be the best that you can possibly be. And that's not enough for someone. Vegan, yeah. I don't want to push it in people's faces, but yeah, if I could somehow, without being in your face, without being pushy, just kind of share a bit of, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? If we could just be nicer people to each other, that would be grand. Actually, was it last night? I'm so confused with the time right now. Last night I had a message from a patron, and it was Jackie. She was reaching out to one of you guys and basically just forming this community that we seem to have over here on Patreon. It is so lovely. She actually reached out to one of you guys and wanted to make friends because they share various medical conditions together. I'm not going into detail because it's obviously might be private to some extent, but I was just so like full of joy, full of love, that you guys are so sweet and so supportive of each other. I just need to get my charger again because the phone is flashing at me, but that's the wrong one. I'm on James's side of the bed, so all these different cables, I have no idea what they're for. But when you guys are just so lovely, there we go, I've plugged you in. It really warms my heart, and you guys are exactly the type of people that I want to surround myself with, and not these dickheads on YouTube that come along and try and pick apart your life like they know what they're talking about. But do you guys ever get like that? I'm just going to catch up on your comments. Hi Emily, how are you? Posted your parcel out. In fact, I posted everyone's parcel out this morning, but I'm just like, yes, I posted your parcel. It makes me so happy. You did a fashion course, Joanne. I wish I knew something about fashion, but I really don't. You try so hard and think so much about it. I think I overthink things sometimes, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I think this is what the world is struggling with as well at the minute, but it does feel like to make better choices, sometimes you have to pay a bigger price financially. Like, sometimes things are more expensive. I mean, good God, I spent £5 on a bar of soap from Lush because it's kind of one of the very few that I can find that's vegan and cruelty free. And then someone commented on a video saying that Lush were like destroying the oil industry in Canada or something, and I was like, you just can't win. You can't win. I went with Lush as well because they are very like reserved on their packaging. They don't have excess packaging. It's all paper or like waxed papers. So I was like, yeah, for this bar of soap, because I've switched from bottles of like soaps, what do you call them, shower gels? What do you call them where you are? I don't know. But yeah, I was just like, well, you can't bloody win, can you? And someone was like, you should make your own soap. But I've looked into that and it's so expensive. It's so expensive to get started. How many bars of soap you can make out of one load of supplies, I'll never know. But yeah, it's just expensive, and it feels like to be better, you pay a bigger price. I don't know what it's like in other countries, but sometimes here, to get organic or to, you know, just make better choices, it is a little bit more expensive. Let me just catch up. The thing I don't like about these videos is I can't read the comments as they come up. I have to keep clicking on them. I'll try not to let them get to me, Emily, and that's why I'm not even going to respond to this asshole's comment, because I'm just going to delete it. But I thought I'd just discuss it in, you know, a positive manner with you guys, because I know that you guys will listen and you don't just take things and judge it straight away. You actually listen to what somebody is saying. Your name, I hope you're Emily anyway, from what I remember. Marble Madness. You're Emily, right? It's coming up as Marble Madness, but yeah, I was just saying to, God, look at me with names. Joanne. I was like, you're in the US, aren't you? And she was like, no, I'm in the UK. I just forget. I feel so swamped at the minute with information. I try to make my own soap. I have to buy all new pots and stuff, and then I have to throw so much away. Lose more than you save. I am Emily. It's Emily, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. You're right about that too, and I try and save plastic containers where I can. And I used to save hummus pots, and because my mum does a lot of resin work, she does a lot of fine art, she does a lot of mixing resin, I was washing out all my yogurt and hummus pots and giving them to her to use, because plastic's an issue, isn't it? Plastic's another one, and that's what I wanted to include that in my animal activism sticker pack, because yeah, the world's in such a sorry state, and that's what it all comes down to. But the fact that somebody is a vegan doesn't mean that someone can come along and pick apart their lives when they're trying their best. Even if you're not a vegan, if you're trying your best, that's all that matters. And yeah, what are you guys doing with your week? Let me know, because yeah, tomorrow I'm hoping it's going to be a bit more of a steadier day, because I'm so tired right now. I need to get some prints made. I've got the fox one to do, and I might do the animal activism like as prints, but I don't know at the minute. I feel so tired, and I think it might have been Jackie, but a couple of live videos back, she messaged me because I was talking about migraines and how much I like coffee, and she's right. She said coffee doesn't help with migraines, and I was like, yeah. It's sad but true. I love coffee so much, but I've not had coffee now since that video. Because I was like, yeah, I need to cut down anyway. I wasn't drinking a lot of coffee, but I've just completely gone cold turkey, and I'm like, maybe I should limit myself just for like a little treat now and then. But I've been drinking green tea. So Jackie, if you're here, or if you watch this later, I've been drinking green tea and raspberry tea. I have to go because I'm Wi-Fi-less in Ireland. Oh, that's okay, don't worry, I'll speak to you really soon. I'm doing lots of drawings and lots of Netflix, maybe read a book. What are you watching on Netflix? I'm still doing the Umbrella Academy. Are you guys watching that? Because it is so good. So good. I'm in love with Klaus. I've got a thing for beautiful Irish men. And apparently it's an Irish thing. Maniac. I've never seen Maniac. Is it any good? Is Maniac the one with... In fact, isn't it the one with Jonah Hill and Emma Stone? Did you binge watch Umbrella Academy, Joanne? Is that what you mean by your comment? yes, James watched Maniac and I couldn't get into it. I thought it was a bit too trippy and weird for me. But glad you're enjoying it. It's something I might go back to. I just got an iPad and been playing around in Procreate this week, so far I'm loving it. Oh my god. It's the best feeling, isn't it? I love my iPad so much. I've honestly not done traditional art since I got it, and it's honestly saved my neck, because when it gets cold, this hand of mine doesn't work. I've noticed it this week. I've had to have a hot water bottle on my lap just to make my hand work, because it seizes up. And then you get assholes on your YouTube videos saying you don't draw enough in your videos for it to be a studio vlog. Sod off. People don't understand, do they? And I feel like there's so many boxes I need to tick at the moment with various what makes it a studio vlog. Sometimes people are so picky. Let me just read your comments back. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? Blah 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 blah. Gotta watch Umbrella Academy. I'm getting ready for an interview. Oh my goodness, an interview. What's it for? Tell me more. In fact, you don't have to tell me more, but yeah, I like listening to people tell me about their interviews for some reason. I just feel like full of like, yes, 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 go, 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 you can do it. I feel so positive for other people other than myself. Whenever I had an interview, I was just like, Ellis, you suck. But for other people, I'm like, you can do it. You binge watch Umbrella Academy. It's so good, isn't it? Who is your favourite character, Joanne? Let me know. I'm studying graphic design and creating art as a hobby. I'm from Luxembourg. Am I saying that right? Luxembourg? I sent a parcel there today from, it was a shop order from someone named Tessie, and I was like reading Luxembourg. Am I saying it right? Luxembourg. I tell you what, if anything, having an online shop really improves your geography. You work out where places are, because for some reason I thought Luxembourg was in Germany, and it's not, is it? It's kind of next to Germany, surrounded by Belgium and maybe France. Don't judge my geography, I'm not sure. There we go. Letzenburg. I am terrible. Letzenburg. I thought, actually, that's just reminded me of a live video suggestion that popped into my head, that we could share slang from our native countries. I was watching Rachel Weisz and Emma Stone on YouTube earlier share British slang, and there was so much on there, and I wondered, actually, if anything I ever say, if you haven't got a clue what I'm going on about, do let me know, because sometimes us Brits do say things that don't make sense, and I wondered if in your country you guys have similar things. Like, how does apples and pears mean up the stairs? That's just bizarre, isn't it? Why does it mean that? But us Brits, we're just off our rockers. We haven't got a clue what's going on, no matter what day it is. It's for a baking position at this local bakery. Oh my goodness, that sounds really fun. I hope you do well, Livy. In fact, I know you will. I know you will smash it. You will absolutely smash it. But how amazing to be surrounded by the lovely smell of bread all day. Sounds like a dream. I love the smell of bread so much. Oh my goodness. I loved Klaus, sounding very funny. Yes, that's my train of thought is terrible, but as I was saying, I love Irish men's eyes. Not every Irish man, what a thing to say, but apparently it's a very Irish thing to have very icy blue eyes. And it's like Cillian Murphy is like my number one, if you didn't know that. I mean, why would you know that? I've never mentioned that before, have I? Oh my god. But Cillian Murphy is such a beautiful man, and I think the guy that plays Klaus, I think he's Irish, and he's got those same sort of really icy blue Irish eyes. Apparently it's a very Irish thing. So you lucky people in Ireland, you get to look at beautiful people all day, every day. I understand most of your slang because my brother's from the UK. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. So hopefully I make sense. But there are some things, like I said courgette in a YouTube video once, and somebody was like, what is that? And I think maybe we're the only country that call it a courgette. Is it zucchini somewhere else? Zucchini? Or eggplant is like an aubergine. An aubergine is how the Brits say it, aubergine. I tell you what though, the Queen's English is very different to just all us average people. I tell you now, the Queen speaks properly. So I like to think. Behind closed doors, she might not. She might be filthy. She might be rough as muck, common as muck even. Icy blue eyes are very mesmerising. My hubby has icy blue. Oh my goodness, he sounds like a beautiful man. James has got blue eyes, but they're kind of just standard. I sound like I'm undermining my own bloody husband, but yeah, he's got blue eyes, and they're probably my favourite colour of eyes, especially on a man. But the icy blue that Cillian Murphy and this Klaus have, I mean, that's why I watch The Umbrella Academy, because I just love Klaus so much. Love him. We just like to pretend we are as fancy as you guys. Oh, us Brits, what are we like? We just sit and drink tea all day. A lot of people seem to think anyway. My boyfriend and I binge watched the British Baking Show over Christmas and decided to start incorporating some British sayings into our everyday. Why not? We do that sometimes with American sayings, although I can't think of any off the top of my head. But, oh, Annie, where's Annie when you need her? Annie's from New Zealand. One of the Annies, there's two of you. One of the Annies in my Patreon little community is from New Zealand, and we were watching a comedian last night talk about slang. And apparently in New Zealand, to boil the kettle, in England, that's what you say, put the kettle on. It's boil the jug. How funny is that? Boil the jug. We just say put the kettle on. And that sounds like, it just doesn't sound very, just sounds quite aggressive. Just put the kettle on. Sounds quite harsh and like, so now me and James are like, we're gonna say boil the jug. Boil the jug. Let me know, is there anything in your country that is just funny to say? Because I'm the same as you. I just want to incorporate it into my everyday life. An American YouTuber I watched the other day, she was doing a live video. She's like a true crime channel, Stephanie Harlow. I don't know if any of you guys watch her, but she did a live video. And she got up like a few minutes into it to go and bollock. There we go, there's another one. Tell off. Go and tell someone off. Go and bollock someone. But she went to go and bollock one of her kids who was being really loud. And then she came back in front of the camera and she was like, that kid is so whacked. I was like, that is amazing. Whacked. You're so whacked. I'm going to say that a bit more if James ever winds me up. I'm like, you're so whacked. You're so whacked. Custard, you're so whacked. Look at these two. Doggies, what are you doing? Want to say hello? Hello, boy. Say hello. He's so cute. I love this guy so much. But yeah, I should probably head off in a second because I need to go and pick James up from work. He works in a pharmacy, if you didn't know. And he finishes that bell. They honestly, don't tell James that these two are in the bed. Not in the bed, they're on the bed. Because they're not meant to be. And he comes home and he's like, they've been on the bed, haven't they? Don't know what you're talking about. He's like, they've been on the bed. Normally it's just Custard. She ignores me, whereas Vesper listens a bit more and he's like, oh shit, I best listen to her. He's pretty good. That's another thing. People have been like, why don't you let Custard off the lead? Because she's an idiot and she runs away. I think people think I'm being cruel because I've started like sharing my morning dog walks on Instagram, as you do, and I don't let Custard off unless it's an enclosed area because she is a nightmare. She'll just run off away with the fairy. She gets a scent and that's it, she's gone. She doesn't listen, she switches off and she's gone. Honestly, you can't get her back. If you do get her back, she'll be covered in cow pat, which is cow shit. If we're still talking slang, cow pat. Cow pat. She'll come back green and cow pat stains dogs' coats. And if it's not cow pat, then it's fox poo. And then I have to bath her in ketchup. Because tomato ketchup is like a neutraliser. It neutralises the smell, if you didn't know that. If your dog ever rolls in fox poo, just get them in the bath or the shower and get the majority of it off, obviously, and then just squirt a load of ketchup on their coats and rub it in. It gets the smell out because fox poo, you can't get rid of it. But yeah, people have been like, why didn't you let Custard off? That's not fair, that's not fair. And Vesper stays with me. He just walks by my side, or he goes off in front, says hello to the other dogs, and then he comes back. He checks in, and he likes to just be close, and he listens. He's very obedient, believe it or not. A lot of people, because of Vesper's history, before I got him home, he was a bit of a nightmare, and he was classed as a bit nasty, a bit naughty. Whereas now he's been home with us for 2 years and he's come a very long way. But people that knew him before have been like, why'd you let him off? Why is he like, he's the naughty one? I'm like, no, he's not. He is honestly a changed dog. I think in dog world, they're all capable of being nasty, aren't they? It's just, I guess, the enforcement you put into them, positive versus negative enforcement and all that jazz. We'll talk about that another time though, but yeah, you can't do anything, back to the point, you can't do anything online these days without somebody being sensitive, really, and sticking their oar in, not being very nice about it. There we go. I have 0 recall with my greyhound, so I can't let him off the lead and he's too fast. Yeah, see, people don't understand, do they? People think that you're just cruel for keeping your dog on the lead, but there's actually method behind it. Like, there's a reasoning, a valid reason behind it. And yeah, I would, like, Custard's got an extendable lead, so she gets to run around and stuff, and when she's in the fields, she goes off and she does her own thing, and she can honestly do what the hell she likes. But when we're walking around the park, some dogs don't want to be approached either, so also thinking of it from another person's perspective, they probably don't want a dog approaching their dog, and as friendly as she is, honestly, she's soft as anything. She wouldn't, I'm sure she wouldn't hurt anybody. I always say I'm sure she wouldn't, because I don't want to say never, because as I've just said, all dogs are capable of doing whatever the hell they like if they're in a certain situation that they're not keen on. But I'm sure Custard wouldn't ever hurt any other dog or any other person. But sometimes other dogs just don't want to be approached, and she doesn't listen. She never has done. And I didn't have her from a puppy either, so it's like kind of getting old habits out of her that she had before she came home to us. But yeah, people just sticking their oar in. Over here we have laws about keeping your dogs on the leash. They can only be off leash in certain parks or in your yard. Yeah, I don't disagree with that, in fact, Jamie. I think over here we should have stuff like that in place, because sometimes, I've not seen it happen very much, but sometimes people get into dog fights and it's not very nice, and you know, they end up just blaming each other, when really, if your dog can't be trusted, don't let him off. I mean, Vesper, I can trust him, and I know he'll come back when I say to come back, and then Custard just doesn't. She's an idiot, and as I've just said, I just respect the fact that sometimes people don't want to be approached. Do you know what I mean? It's more dangerous to let them go if they don't listen, so I don't understand why people find it necessary to comment on that. I know, you can't win. We should have more dog parks around the country. I'd love more dog parks in the country, and also just, I don't know, my country park is very open, so if you look, in fact, let me show you out the window. I will have to go in just a second, but if I just turn you guys around, that over there is the country park. So you go through that gap and it's kind of out into the open. It's out into the countryside, which we're very lucky to have, obviously, but there's no real enclosed spaces. So with regards to Custard being, well, an oblivious little beep, it's just not the best place to go and let her off for a run. So yeah, I agree with you, Joanne. I think we do need some more dog parks and things. I have an idiot dog too who won't come back too, so I understand it, yeah. They're just, sometimes I think they're just so free-spirited. She does everything, like, you can't have it all either, can you? She ticks so many of the boxes, honestly. For my first dog that I had on my own, she's been a dream. She's honestly been one of the, I know we're all biased towards our own pets, but she's been honestly lovely to have. Just keeping an eye on the time. I'm going to have to go in a second. I've been saying that for ages. She's good at everything. She eats her tea. She doesn't really mess in the house unless she's poorly. She's good to groom. She's just, you know, straightforward, but with obedience outside of the house. She's like, no, I live my own life, thanks mother, I don't need you. Whereas Vesper's like, don't leave me. And most parks and clothes have main roads next to them. Yeah, that's true as well. We need more enclosed spaces just to go and enjoy time with our dogs, I guess. But anyway, I'm going to shoot off and go get His Majesty from work. I'm really hungry. I'm really looking forward to this stir fry. But thank you for tuning in today. Sorry it was spontaneous. Please don't feel bad if you weren't able to catch this session. I know some people have been messaging me like I've not been able to make one yet. But we're doing more live videos, I promise, because I'm getting used to it now. Getting over the fear. And yeah, I'm sure I'll be back very soon. And if there's any topics you want to talk about in a live video and exchange British slang, or even try and teach each other some, I don't know, something that's not English. I don't know, try and learn a new language somehow, which I can't do that. But yeah, I will speak to you all later. Have a good evening.